But wait a second. We're told by all levels of government that the pandemic isn't over. So why is Loblaws seemingly declaring the pandemic is over? Oh, I see. To save an extra $2 per hour. David Menzies for Rebel News here in Brampton, Ontario. Well, folks, I'm standing outside the Canadian headquarters of Loblaw Companies Limited, and you'll never believe who just recently stepped aboard the woke Black Lives Matter bandwagon. Yes, I'm talking Galen Weston III, or G3, as the cool ones call him. He recently made a statement about Black Lives Matter, and it was published verbatim in the trade journal Canadian Grocer. And it's really something to see. Basically, Mr. Weston said that it is not enough to passively oppose racism, but Loblaw must commit to eliminating instances of bias, discrimination, and racism as it inadvertently arises within the organization. You know, all these buzzwords, I'm not really sure what they mean. I don't even think the people uttering them know what it means. Right now, people in Canada, our colleagues, customers, and citizens are grieving, angry, and mobilizing because systemic anti-Black racism lives in Canada, because Black Lives Matter. Yeah, said he who grew up on the mean streets of Rosedale. And then he talks about what Loblaw plans to do. It's a checklist of putting their house in order, as Galen Weston calls it, such as ensuring our recruitment and hiring practices eliminate any risk of racial and ethnic bias, ensuring our internship and scholarship programs include opportunity for the Black community, and eliminating any intentional or unintentional racial profiling in our stores. Is that something new, or is he implying that this has been done in the past? And then, of course, Mr. Weston goes on to say that Loblaw is donating $100,000 to the Black Business and Professional Association, the BBPA. Yeah, well, I guess giving $100,000 is a nice gesture, but keep in mind, Loblaw Companies is a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, so $100,000 isn't even a rounding error. And let us keep in mind, folks, that this is the same company that took, what was it, $12 million of taxpayer funds so that they could revamp their refrigeration units. And of course, that was seemingly Justin Trudeau's way of rewarding Loblaw, because the year before, it became apparent that Loblaw had been conspiring to price fix bread. Yeah, this social justice company was literally stealing the bread out of the mouths of babes. And for some reason, we give them a taxpayer grant. But let's get back to the issue at hand, this virtue signaling manifesto about how much Loblaw loves the Black community. Because if you can imagine, just 3 days after this was published, folks, Loblaw announced that it was ending its so-called $2 pandemic pay raise to its hourly employees. You see, since the Wuhan virus began, Loblaw began paying its frontline workers an extra $2 an hour. But as of Sunday, that ended kaput. But wait a second. We're told by all levels of government that the pandemic isn't over. So why is Loblaw seemingly declaring the pandemic is over? Oh, I see. To save an extra $2 per hour. And as if Loblaw needs that money, if anyone's made out like a robber during this pandemic, it is indeed Loblaw. Get a load of this. According to the recent statistics, Loblaw's profit soared 21% in the first quarter of 2020 compared to the first quarter of 2019. Company earnings, net earnings that is, were also up by $42 million in the first quarter of 2020 compared to the first quarter of 2019. So, hey, the pandemic has been very good for business. And it's also kind of funny that If you want to further donate money to that Black Business Professionals Association, well, you can. Loblaws won't, because Galen Weston made sure to mention you can transfer your Optimum card points to this association. Yeah, Loblaw is really generous with our money, isn't it? You know, I think this is just yet a disgrace for a company that has a track record of operating disgracefully. If Loblaw wanted to do something tangible for its Black and visible minority workers, they could continue paying them $2 extra an hour. And you know, that seems off the table. Another thing, folks, we went into the head office to get comment. We've spoken to their spokesman, Kevin Groh, in the past. And can you imagine? Almost everybody is working from home.
Okay, apparently everybody's working from home.
Oh, they're working from home. Okay. So isn't that special? The pandemic is over if you're going to one of Loblaw's stores and picking up groceries, because the pandemic pay is now a thing of the past. But when it comes to the senior executives, no, there's still a lot of danger afoot, and we got to take care and be safe, and we're all in this together. Incredible. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, I'm sure you come to Rebel News because you want the other side of the story. That is our slogan, after all. So why not consider becoming a premium content subscriber? Please visit rebelnewsplus.com. That's rebelnewsplus.com. Sign up, and for just $8 a month, you'll get Ezra's show, Sheila's show, my Friday night show. Sign up and never miss another Rebel video.